So check this out. Would you like to know the scariest yet most powerful prayer in the world? I'm Joy, the synergistic kinesiologist, and I help to supercharge your superhuman. And the most powerful yet scariest prayer in the entire world, in my opinion, is this. God, I want you to remove anything out of my life that is not for me, effective immediately. I dare you to pray that prayer. So I kind of accidentally stumbled upon the power of that prayer for the first time many years ago. Before I was married, I've been married a long time now, 25 years. But before I was married, I was dating a guy and we had a kid together and we had just moved in together. And I remember thinking to myself, I didn't tell him this, but I remember thinking to myself, at the end of this 1-year lease, I believe we'll either be getting married or splitting up. And as it was getting close to the end of that lease, it was, I think, only a few years left. And all of a sudden, one day, I was home alone and I went into my bedroom and closed the door. And I just remember crying. And I don't cry. That's very, very rare for me to cry. But this day, I just was crying. And I said that prayer. I said, God, I pray that if there's anything in my life that is not for me, I pray that it is removed effective immediately. And after I finished crying and I had prayed that prayer, I remember this certainty that just came all over me. It was a certainty that just made it extremely clear to me that I was to move on, that I was to split up with the guy I was with and I was just going to move on. It did not make logical sense. It did not make logical sense. He was a nice guy. Everything was going pretty good. It didn't make sense that that's what came to me. But I'm telling you that I don't find it ironic that after I prayed that prayer, only a few weeks later, I found my husband, the guy who I've been with now for 25 years, happily married to. So I believe that I activated and I was in harmony with a universal law. So when I was willing to let go of something that was not in alignment with me, then I opened the door up for something that was in alignment for me to come to me and come to me quickly. Pay attention to what I just said. To come to me and come to me quickly. So here's the deal. I believe that when you have a desire for your best and you're starting to feel that anxiety or just kind of like that feeling that something is missing, that something more is for you in this world. I don't care if it's dealing with a relationship or your diet or the job or career that you've chosen. If you start to feel that it's out of alignment and you start to feel that there's something better or more for you in the world, it starts off with that uneasy feeling and it comes for a reason. That's your intuition that's letting you know that you're not crazy. You're getting that for a reason. It's either one of these 3 T's if you're feeling this, and this is why you're feeling it. Either number 1, it's too small. That means you've outgrown it. It was okay for you at a certain time, but now you've outgrown it. It's too small for you now. And so you don't want to force something that is too small. You don't want to force something that's too small. In basketball, if somebody tries to make a layup or something like that, another player comes and smacks it. What do they call that? They say, oh, I smacked your stuff. Get that out of here. That's not strong enough. That's too weak. Get it out of here. It's not enough. So it's something in you that's saying it's not enough. That's what I have right now. What I'm accepting is not enough. I'm settling. It's too small for me now. I'm ready for something bigger. The second T, number 1 is too small. Number 2 is too stagnant. That means it's been looking the same year after year after year. No growth. It's not developing. It's not getting better. And so you're just accepting it in some cases just because it's been a long time. Time should not be the reason why you just stay in a situation or why you just keep allowing something to be a part of your reality. Time is not where it's at. Time is it just indicates how long it's been, but it doesn't indicate how valuable it is. It doesn't indicate how much it's serving you. So you have to ask yourself that question and say, is this stagnant? Is this even growing? If not, I may have to pray that prayer. And number three, it may be too suffocating. What do I mean by that? Suffocating means not only is it causing you not to grow, but it's actually bringing you down. It's sucking the life out of you and killing you slowly. And so you really have to get real with yourself and ask yourself, what is it that I have in my life right now? What is it? What is it? Be honest with yourself. What is it that I have in my life right now that is just suffocating the life out of me and not allowing me to be my best? When you ask yourself those three questions, is it too small? Is it too stagnant? Is it too suffocating? Then and only then will you be able to now see what happens when you say that prayer and be ready for it. Because one or two things are going to happen. Either you're going to get clarity that it's time for you to leave, that it's run its course, or that person, that thing will just dissipate out of your life. Everything about it will start to crumble. That business will crumble. And so when it happens, don't get mad, don't get sad, don't cry, have a freaking party. Because that means that door is closed and a bigger, better door is opening. It's time to celebrate. Until next time, R3 for life.